Fortnite Season 2 has been leaked, and I have everything in today's video to break down for you guys, with new storyline information that you guys do not want to miss out on, as well as live event leaks. So let's not waste any more time and get straight into it. So starting off, the solo leveling stuff is now inside of the item shop, and this collab is absolutely crazy, bro. You guys can see so many cool skins. This blood red commander is just unreal, bro. If you guys are picking up anything from today's item shop, please do consider popping in my support creator code Apple1, as it really does help out the channel an absolute ton. And I can't lie, bro, we have so much cool stuff inside of the item shop. So, starting off, a few nights ago, we had a secret live event that Fortnite actually posted without any warning, bro, that shaped the entire chapter storyline massively. A huge red rift appeared in the sky with a 7 rocket blasting through it, creating so many other little rifts to get rid of the red energy, which we then had a rocket event that was very similar to Season X, which was really cool, but it almost crashed into Sandy Strip, but managed just to rift away just in time, and the giant face did a pretty cool Easter egg of him being really scared and then a sigh of relief, but then he rifted from the sky and landed on the island. But you guys can actually go and check this out now over at the Classified Canyon, and this is actually the visitor's rocket. We have leaked audio files from him, which we'll be getting into a bit later on in the video, but for now, if you guys head over to this POI and look at the rocket, you guys can clearly see it's heavily damaged, confirming the visitor has been traveling the universe since Chapter 1 Season X, following the Dark Voyager. And he also tells us this when you go and talk to the NPC of him, which is actually really cool. But this now confirms the Chapter 7 storyline and the OG storyline are now both connected. But like I said, we have some new audio files, but before we get into them, we actually do have some pretty cool new Season 2 leaks. As we know, next season is rumored to be a Norse mythology theme season, which you've already had a Greek mythology theme season inside of Chapter 5, but this one has just been teased by the March crew pack skin. Yes, it's a Skull Trooper skin, so you originally think it's for Fortnite mares, but if you actually do take a closer look at the design, specifically his arm pattern, his belt buckle, and his back bling, which you guys can see, these patterns actually do tease a Norse theme, which is really cool, and especially the axe on his back bling. But that's not the only teaser we got for Season 2. In the most recent update, we were given with these 3 images that are currently seen inside of the rift portals that we haven't seen since Chapter 2 Season 5, that the 0 point is actually displaying all around the map after the Dark Voyager has charged it with some sort of energy. But then Fortnite posted a teaser video of the snow one, showing us a new POI of the Ice Kings, which is actually really cool. But where is this from? Well, if you remember from Chapter 4, when the Paradigm pulled a section off of the Ice reality, well, it appears that POI was from the Ice Kings reality, as both of these POIs have the exact same trees. That isn't a coincidence, because Fortnite always updates everything. So now we do know this POI is from the Ice Kings reality, and we also do know he's also coming back next season, and this just confirms that he's also going to be a boss on the island, which is going to be insane. This POI is going to be absolutely unreal, but that just leaves us with 2 more teaser videos that Fortnite need to post. The other image is located on a beach, which I have no idea where this would be from, and then the other one is a woodland area, which seems very specific, so we're just going to have to wait and see what Fortnite plan to do with these 2 images, but it's going to be absolutely insane. But we've also been leaked that we're going to be getting 5 major updates inside of Chapter 7 Season 2. The first update is going to be on April the 1st, after the launch on March the 19th. The next update is on April the 16th. We then have one on April the 30th, May the 14th, and June the 5th. So it's quite a long season. I'm actually very excited for this. It's going to be absolutely insane. 5 major updates, which means there's going to be a lot of storyline information included in this. But last night, we also had a better look at the upcoming 7 canon that's going to be coming out. That was also seen inside of the Love and Legends trailer, which you guys can see here. This thing looks insane. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be releasing this season. I believe it is when we're going to be getting that massive 7 update when all of the 7 members are back on the island. But this is going to be pretty cool. I'm very excited to run around with this. But that's not all we've got. We've also just been given a free Woodsy sidekick. If you guys were owners of the Chapter 1 Season 8 Woodsy pet, it is a very rare pet to have. So if you guys don't have it, don't worry. But if you guys do have it, you will actually have this free Woodsy sidekick and now on your account. So simply log into Fortnite and you'll be granted with this sidekick for completely free. But slightly off topic, the Fortnite OG Season Pass that is actually releasing on April the 1st is actually now being revealed, well, kind of leaked. We're going to be getting a remix of the Lux skin, which is one of the most used skins ever. Hybrid, which is like a dragon-like samurai, is actually really, really cool. And then finally, Blackheart. All three of these skins are going to be insane. Remember, this comes out on April the 1st, so we still have one whole month until this comes out. But bro, honestly, these three skins remix are going to be absolutely amazing. The Blackheart skin is definitely going to be this one from the surveys, no doubt about it. There's no way they don't release this skin, so I'm actually very excited for it. But now it's time to get into all of the audio files and break down everything that's going on inside of this storyline for you guys, because it is getting crazy.
Fascinating. You are not the order I expected to meet when I picked up your distress call. We originate from different realities, perhaps even divergent timelines. No matter where or when we come from, the Seven stand together. Tell me what you need me to do.
Looper, you need to speak to the Order. She's stubbornly pursuing the Dark Voyager. Alone. In my reality, her sister was the impetuous one.
Bad ideas don't improve themselves by propagating. We don't know what the Dark Voyager is capable of. You need to stay away from the Dark Voyager. That's an order. I stalked the Voyager through the husks of burnt-out stars and the ashes of crumbling realities. If you were easily dealt with, don't you think I would have done that by now? Your hubris and impatience are endangering the mission. You've become reckless. Like your sister. Did you learn nothing from losing her?
From these audio logs, you can quite clearly tell that the Visitor is from a different reality we currently don't know about, but he has actually seen all of the 7 members before, just different versions of them from different realities, with them all staying together in his reality, and he has also followed the Dark Voyager through the entire universe, but is unable to stop what he's doing by himself because, well, he's simply too powerful for the Visitor, which is why he is here. He needs the help from our version of the 7 to help defeat the Dark Voyager, which is what we're going inside of the live event. And throughout the whole chapter 7, it is an absolutely insane storyline. But he has also confirmed that the Imagined is dead, which means a new member of the 7 is definitely coming. That is most likely going to be Jones. But that's not all, as we also have some brand new Amy dialogue, which is tied to the 7 rocket. Yes, the rocket is returning as well as Amy, which means we may finally be getting her skin that has been inside of the skin surveys for 4 years, bro. This skin looks absolutely amazing. But we actually do have a leaked video of the mini event of the Cube Cradle charging up the 0 point with the shards that it currently has collected. Obviously it doesn't have enough shards right now to fully create the 0 point, but as you guys can see, when it charges up the 0 point, blasting energy into it, it creates a brand new reality rifts spread across the entire island. We haven't seen these in 5 years, and inside each one of these reality rifts is a different reality with the 0 point shards in every single one. It's almost like the 0 point is helping us save it before the Dark Voyager gets all of its power, which you guys can see. We have a snowy reality, which potentially might be where the paradigm is actually at, which is really, really cool. We then have a beach reality, which is kind of cool. It kind of looks like OG Chapter 2. And then we have a woodland reality, which all of these realities may be where the rest of the 7 members are, which would actually be pretty insane for the storyline. But with Amy now back in the game files, her skin will most likely be coming out inside of the next season's Battle Pass, and I can't lie, this skin looks absolutely amazing. So let me know in the comment section below. But over at the Area 51 base, you may be wondering what this is. Well, it is a base for the last reality. If you guys do remember from all the way back in chapter 3, we were sent to the 7's home for the whole chapter, and this chapter we are now on the last reality's home, which is why the main villain is already on the island. It makes a lot of sense, and I can't lie, this is absolutely amazing. The main villain is obviously the Dark Voyager, whose reality has been redacted, which means he belongs to nowhere, and that makes him very dangerous because he doesn't care. But that's not all, because if we also take a look at the 0 hour event, there is a transmission sent by the last reality that only showed for a split second with a load of cube glyphs, which has now been confirmed to be the last reality's language, but it was also decoded for a split second as well, which you guys can see here, all of the transmission logs that have been decoded. It says, we've been on the base reality for 8 years. The base reality. I am very excited to know what this means. It also says that the learning phase has been completed and they are decommissioning the anomaly containment protocol and decommissioning the Dark Presence, which means the Dark Presence was working for the last reality all along, and someone even more powerful has been pulling the strings. This is very, very cool. It looks like the Dark Presence wasn't working alone and he was actually working for someone, which is pretty amazing. There are suspicions that he was working for the Dark Voyager, but I highly doubt the Dark Voyager is like the big bad boss, bro. He's only quite small. But they also say near the end, we are beginning phase 2, executing program, which means we are now in the middle of phase 2. Well, the start of phase 2, really, because the chapter's only really started, with the Dark Voyager potentially being in control, like I just said. So this chapter storyline is going to be absolutely crazy. It turns out all of the last 8 to 7 years was a learning phase. It was a long learning phase, but now we're in phase 2, and I can't lie, this is absolutely amazing, with our next update kickstarting it with us reconstructing the 0 point. But like I said, Season 2's Battle Pass is going to be pretty incredible. Obviously, we'll be getting god skins inside of the Battle Pass, like Chapter 5 Season 2 we got Zeus. This season we're going to probably be getting Odin, Loki, and maybe Thor, but we're also going to be getting Fortnite's own skins, and leakers have been going through every single file in the game files to find some stuff that relates to survey skins, because as we know, the survey skins are teasing skins that are going to be coming in the future, and inside of these survey skins, they found these 3 skins. We have Fenrir, which is a new wolf skin that fits the theme of this season perfectly, and this skin looks evil as hell. This will be a higher level inside of the Battle Pass. We then have Ratataska, which is like a squirrel looking skin, actually very, very cute. I'm not entirely sure how this links, but it does link. And then we have Handel, which is a chicken. I can't lie, this is probably going to be my favourite skin inside of the Battle Pass, but you guys can also see a bonus style for this skin, being him all in gold armour with a red cape, which fits the theme perfectly. I absolutely love this skin. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.